Listening to music on the golf course is kind of a controversial subject in golf, but if you like to listen to music on the golf course, then you know you've got to have a good speaker ready to roll when you play, whether you walk, whether you ride, however you get around the golf course. Today we're going to tell you about a really good speaker from Bushnell Golf. I'm Ryan Ballengee. Thanks for checking us out once again. I appreciate it. We're going to tell you today about the Bushnell Wingman. So I received this a couple of weeks ago, and it is a speaker from Bushnell Golf. And when you think Bushnell, you don't think necessarily speakers. You think laser rangefinders, you think GPS units. That's what you think about when you think about Bushnell Golf. But realizing that the music revolution on the golf course is happening, they wanted to be a part of it, and they wanted to match up a high quality speaker with the GPS experience that they have become known for over the years. And they came up with the Wingman. This is a speaker just like you would expect to get a Bluetooth speaker from anywhere else. It does all the things you would normally expect a Bluetooth speaker to do in terms of playing music. It's really easy to use, which we'll go through here in a minute. But the kicker here, the golf kicker with the Wingman, is that it has a remote on it up here at the top. You can carry along with you while you play golf. And whether you're away from the cart, whether you're away from your bag or whatever, you could be listening to music, and at a moment's notice you can press the button right here, and this will connect to the GPS on your phone through Bluetooth pairing, and it will tell you the distance to the center of the green on the golf course that you're playing, just like any other traditional GPS unit. Effectively, the Wingman combines a high quality speaker with a GPS. That sounds simple enough. The setup of this is pretty easy. Comes out of the box pretty much like this. You got to charge it, of course. Charging's probably about an hour to 75 minutes. I didn't time it exactly, but it gives you an indicator up top here with a red light when it's charging, gives you a green light when it's done. An hour of charging is going to be more than enough to get you through an entire round. It is not a problem in that regard. Once you have it charged, then you're going to want to go ahead and pair this with your phone. Now this is an expected step with a Bluetooth speaker, because you've got to pair your phone with the speaker to play the music from your phone to your speaker. However, the one downside of this is that perhaps there's a couple of extra steps to this that you might not intuitively think through. They're not a problem, it's just a couple of extra minutes. So what you have to do with this device is you have to download the Bushnell Golf app. It's available for your iOS devices or your Android devices. You download that and you create an account. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pair this device through the Bushnell Golf app. And you're going to do it that way so that you can set up GPS. So that way you can connect the two. And when you're using the app, it's going to ask for your location so that it can give you the distance on any hole that you're playing on the golf course. Then you're also going to pair this through Bluetooth directly through the settings on your phone. And when you do that, then you can play the music. It's pretty easy to do. It gives you crystal clear-cut directions from the Bushnell Golf app to do it. On the first pairing, you have to use this guy right here, because this is what sets up the GPS. This is the GPS clicker. That makes sense. The next part, you have to turn this thing on, and then you connect it through Bluetooth that way. Easy to use, not a problem. Once you're set up, you're free and clear. I fire up Spotify, pick the songs I want to play, and it goes through. Now, how does this thing kind of store itself when you're playing golf? Well, I think you have a couple of different options. One, you can use your cup holder. A lot of people use a cup holder for a speaker. They'll sometimes put it in some of the other carrying spots on your cart, depending on which cart you're using. But this thing pretty reasonably fits into the larger cup holder in every major golf cart manufacturer. Throw it in there, and the nice thing about it is you have easy access to the buttons on it. There are 4 buttons on it: power, play, up and down volume. Very simple to use, not a whole lot of commands, big buttons, easy to access. So if you're just kind of not paying a whole lot of attention, you don't have to look too hard, and you don't have to have a whole lot of dexterity to change the volume, move to the next song, or turn the thing off. The other option is you can use the bite magnet. Now this is a magnet that Bushnell has used on several pieces of its GPS and laser rangefinders. You can use this. It's a very strong magnet, by the way, probably the strongest one I've seen in a Bushnell device, and it makes sense because of the weight. You connect it just like that, any metal surface. And that way, easy access, same thing, simple buttons, easy to click, go from there. If you want to take the remote out with you, grab it, go, put it in your pocket, make sure you bring it back. There's a nice little magnet on there so that that stays there and it doesn't move throughout the round. I mean, this is a powerful magnet. You are going to have to do some serious off-roading to be able to knock this thing off, and you're probably not even going to do it in that case. It plays music really well. Like I said, it is a high quality speaker. The sound quality is as good as any Bluetooth speaker that I've used playing golf. It's good, it's clear, it shoots out in 2 different directions, which is also nice, and that makes it easy for everyone to listen. Obviously, not everyone wants to listen to golf when they play, or listen to music when they play golf, so you can turn down volume as you need. Pretty easy to turn it up and turn it down depending on song, personal preferences, and all of those things. The really cool piece of this also, again, back to the GPS, is that you're just a click away from finding out the center distance to the green. All you have to do is hit it, and it's going to tell you how far to the center of the green, and then it will resume the music.
Center 363
when you get to a new hole, it's going to tell you where you're playing, what the hole length is from the tee box that you're playing. So you can tell it that when you go into the Bushnell Golf app, when you prepare to play, to use the GPS, you hit play golf, tell it the course that you're playing after it finds it, tell it the tees that you're playing, and it's going to figure out for you the distance for each hole, and then obviously it'll use the GPS function to figure out how far you have into the middle of green for each shot. It's a really easy to use product. It's relatively lightweight. It's pretty easy to charge, and you can also use this to actually charge other devices, which is a secret kind of cool thing about it. So there's an in charging station right here, and that's how you get the charging cord. The other thing that you can do is take it out. That way you have an out GPS, so you can charge your phone off of this thing if you want. That's a pretty cool little added bonus. It's a little bit of a hidden feature, I think. It's not something that probably gets billed enough when you think about this, but if you're desperate enough and around and your phone is running low, you can use this to kind of save you a little bit of time. Of course, it's going to cost you some battery life. Of course, it's going to cost you some time playing music perhaps, but reasonable trade-off if you're in an emergency situation and you're not playing in a cart that has USB capability, like many of them do nowadays, but so many do not. So this is a really good product. The Bushnell Wingman's a winner. I've had multiple friends come up to me not knowing I'm doing this review and say, hey, I've just tried this Bushnell Wingman thing. It's incredible. They love it. So if you are a music on the golf course person, and I'm not saying that you are or you aren't, but if you are, you've gotten far enough into this review, this thing needs to be on the top of your list because it's going to allow for you to play great high quality music and have a GPS 2-in-1. If you already got a great GPS or you use a laser rangefinder, okay, I can understand. Maybe you just want to go ahead and get a high quality Bluetooth speaker that could cost you a little bit more, could cost you a little bit less depending on what you're looking for and depending on where you shop around. But if you're looking for 2-in-1, the best of both worlds, and a high quality product already made for the golf environment, I think you got to look at the Bushnell Wingman. Thanks for checking out our review. I'm Ryan Ballengee, and we will see you next time.